now, it's the man who brings the two halves together, Dale Winton.
Thank you. Oh, what a welcome. Thank you. Welcome to the other half. Now, shall I tell you the reason I love doing this show?
Money!
Who shouted the money? Well, let me tell you, sir, or was it madam? Can't really tell. It's hard to tell in this life, isn't it? We don't do things for the money at the BBC, we do them for love. Don't we, lads? Well, love and luncheon vouchers, and if you're very lucky, a Scotch egg on a Friday. Now, I really enjoyed the show for one main reason. It's the contestants. Some of them are so weird. And you know me, I quite like a bit of weird. And a lot of them are into this bungee jumping lot. Now, what's all this bungee jumping about, really? I mean, if you're going to have a jump, I'm not about to do it with my ankles tied together, bouncing up and down on the end of a piece of elastic, am I? Can you imagine that? Two ladies in the front row over there trying to do it right now. That'll put you off your dinner. Anyway, let's find out whether we have any bungee jumpers with us tonight as we meet the first couple who want to play the other half. Please give a warm welcome to Sam and Sally Brown.
What do you do?
I actually work part-time at a supermarket.
Oh, so do I. And Sam, what do you do?
I work for a farming company.
Right, you're here to play the other half, because
Yes.
you're good at spotting couples, because you spotted each other.
Yeah.
This is a real love story. How long was it when you were together? 17 years, 18 years?
We've been married 17 years,
Right.
but we've been with each other 4 years before that when Sal was 14 and I was
21
16.
years.
21 years
So
altogether.
16 and 14.
Yeah.
So it really was love at first
Yes,
sight.
it was.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, that's so sweet. Well, you're very welcome on the
Yes.
other half tonight.
Thank you.
I wish you lots of luck.
Thank you very much.
Who knows what's going to happen, but for now, your chaise longue awaits Sam and
Thank
Sally.
you. Thank you.
Now, please welcome the man whose partner they have to find. He's here, he's great, he's David Jackson. Hi, David, good to see you. You're playing against Sam and Sally. They're going to try and detect your other half, so tough competition here. I can ask you, without giving too many clues away as to your other half, for example, what do you do for a living?
I'm a firefighter.
A firefighter. Why is it? Why is it when you mention any of the services, it's the women that go mad for the firefighters? I can't figure this out. Why is it? I mean, not nursing, not doctors, not ambulance drivers, policemen. It's always firemen, isn't it?
Yep. It's the hose.
The hose. The other thing is, I can't ask you too much about your other half because you're trying not to give too much away, but if I were to say to you, what is it about her you like the best?
I think it's cooking. She cooks a mean roast dinner, so...
And you need to eat well because you have he actually has a wonderful thing. Do you row the Atlantic?
Yes, last year I rowed across the Atlantic. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. And as for the other half, does she do things like that with you?
Yes, yeah, we've been in the same rowing boat. I was coxswain at the time, and we had an argument.
Oh. Does the old tradition still stand that the winning team throw their coxes in the water at the end? I cannot tell you how relieved I am to hear that. That is wonderful. I wish you luck tonight. Your chair awaits. David! Well, the game starts right here. Waiting backstage are a quartet of luscious lovelies who all claim to have shared David's bubble bath, but only one of them has borrowed his loofah. So, let's hear it for the girls!
My name's Charlotte, and I first met David at the works Christmas party. I could see he had a nice bum, because he took a photocopy of it and plastered it all over the wall. How common.
Hi, my name's Joanne. I met David at a fancy dress party when he came dressed as Batman. So I suppose you could say it was zap, kapow, bang, right from the start. When David and I met, we were both on the rebound. We promised that we wouldn't make the same mistakes again, and we haven't.
Hello, my name's Josie. I used to cut David's hair every month. And then he used to come in more often. By the time he got round to asking me out, he was almost a skinhead.
Well, hello, girls.
Hello, Dale.
Oh, they are gorgeous. Now, listen, one of them is telling the truth while the others are not so much as bending it as positively burying it. But at all times, remember, the real other half, the one that really goes home with David, has to tell the truth. And that's the one you're looking for. So I do wish you luck. Here's where the fun really begins. And we'll begin with a video that I made earlier this week in the house that David and his partner call home. La da 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 la da da da. What a beautiful wetsuit. When in Rome, because in this neck of the woods, today is wash day, and everybody's at it. Have you seen over the garden wall? And I like to blend in. Mind you, Dave's other half would rather you see the front of the house, which is pure Western-super-Mare, as opposed to the back, which, quite frankly, is Weatherfield. Just look at that frontage with those gardens. Beautiful. You'll have real trouble separating this couple. They do everything in unison. Take the sitting room, for example. They decorated it together, although the ceiling's a bit of a worry. Chocolate brown. He loves it, she hates it. But they did have a marvellous holiday together. Do you know, they covered 12 American states in 3 weeks? And there's the evidence to prove it. A photo of the Grand Canyon and a gorgeous shot of Seattle at night. You know what's brilliant about Dave and his other half? They've made full use of every nook and cranny in their home. This isn't the biggest room in the house, but have a look where they've hidden a stereo. Isn't that clever? And above here, well, I have to say, impressed of the BBC or what? Look at all those trophies, cups and medals. And they've both won those because they're both ardent rowers. I've always found the Relox a bit of a handful myself. Oh, and artwork on the wall. Now, what do you suppose that is? I'd say from the Mike Yarwood School of Painting and Art. Yes, it's what you call an early impressionist. Oh, and the table here, of course, well, it would be for space saving. Drop leaf. I like that. Oh, hello. Now, what do you suppose those are? Well, I've only been here 10 seconds, and already I found 2 holes in the wall. What else are this couple hiding? Let's have a look in the bedrooms. Oh. It's bright in there. I wonder what colour this bedroom is.
Hello, Dale.
Doing a workout. You know, everything is so tidy here. They've not got any junk anywhere. They must have some. Do you do lofts? You do now. You see, this is where they keep all the old junk. I bet they spent the better part of 24 hours shoving all their stuff up here, and that's why the downstairs looks so tidy. Isn't this where everybody keeps their foot spa well? Now, the girl you're looking for, she's got a thing about brass beds, loves them, hates brown ceilings, and absolutely adores lemon walls. Who is she? She's one of those 4. They won't notice. Well, I cannot tell David, the pleasure I've had from that foot spa whirl. Since then, I tell you, it's fantastic. Nice house, isn't it?
Super.
OK, well, you've got 3 questions to ask, only 3 mine, to help you find the identity of the mystery girl. So I wonder what's going to be your first question and who's it going to be to?
I'll be the first question to Lisa. In your display cabinet, what has the white pendant got written on it?
I've got no idea. It's all his stuff in there. I absolutely hate it. I have my way of being a cupboard in a box.
Okay.
Too much jewellery on display. We don't like that. All on in case of fire, I would say. Right, OK, so what have you got? Next question?
My question is to Joanne. Which couple won the Olympic gold medal, British couple, in rowing in 1996?
Steve Redgrave and Matthew Pinsent.
Mm.
Ooh. Is she right?
Yes, she is.
Yes, she is.
She's... Well,
Yes,
you're good.
she is.
You know the answer, Mike. That's more than I know. I haven't got a clue. You've got 1 more question. Who's it going to be to and what is it?
Last question to Josie. What number is it that you live at?
Number 10.
Right.
Wrong? Oh, wrong. Oh, perhaps she comes home drunk at nights and she doesn't remember. I think she'd know the name. I mean, I'm not far be it from me. I'm not going to influence you at all, but you've done so well so far.
Right.
You left out... Who did you left out? You left out Charlotte. Why'd you leave out Charlotte? She's gone to all that trouble with her hair. Listen, one question I've got which might help you find the girl. If I were to say to you, David, what do you think was the one film role that would be hers that she should identify with most, that was written for her?
It would have to be Bo Derek in 10. But if my other half was in it, it would be called 11 and a half.
Oh. And if it is you, what a shame, because she's only ended up with a 3 3/4. Charlotte, hello. At last we begin to... Oh, let me sit down.
Come on, sit, Manny.
Sit now. You'd have no love. Crush you to bits. Sweetheart, if you are his other half, and, well, you might be.
I might be, you never know.
Well, she doesn't stop this one, does she?
No.
No, I know, it's fab. What planet do you come from?
Mars.
What would be the one film role, do you think, that could be written for him?
Right, it'd have to be the Terminator, because he always says, I'll be back. But the Terminator doesn't roll in at midnight with half a kebab down his front.
It's not well.
No, it's not.
Sweetheart, what do you think? What do you think? What would be his film role?
I think he would have to be Bond. James Bond.
Oh, really?
Because he's tall, he's dark, he's handsome, and I know he likes his cocoa shaken and not stirred.
Oh, really? How about Coco and James Bond? It looks like Brooke Bond. Looks like a cup of tea to me. Lisa, sweetheart, gorgeous. Now, what do you think? Were you his other half? And, well, you might be. Name the film role that is his.
Rhett Butler, because frankly, my dear, he doesn't give a damn.
Oh, doesn't he? Oh, but cool customer. Josie, my sweet. I'm sure you've got an idea, if you are his other half, what would be the film role for him?
It would have to be Oliver, because he always puts his hands in my pocket and he always wants more.
And who could blame him? Who could blame him? He really is going home with one of those tonight. You have to find the lady. They're all very convincing, aren't they?
Oh, yeah.
Are we getting there yet?
We've got one or two little ideas.
It's very soon that time when you have to decide, however. Time to get physical. Our pulchritudinous quartet. Now, you try saying that after a couple of banana daiquiris. Each going to kiss David. He must be wishing he bought another lottery ticket. And then watch for body language, for which you have to decide. Which is the Juliet to his Romeo, the Josephine to his Napoleon, and the Tiffany to his Grant. So have a look. Off you go, girls. Give him a kiss. Come here.
Hello.
I'm sorry, I can't have cleavage dripping out over here tonight. I'm sorry. Is that better? I'm coming home with you.
Yeah.
Dressing room 101, ladies.
OK, I'll be there.
Erogenous zone. Erogenous zone. Right, OK, here's the time where we find out whether it's you that goes through to the semi-final or not. I wonder which one of those 4 girls is his real other half for that place in the semi-final. Is it lovely Josie with a feather boa? Is it sultry Lisa? Is it kiss on the back of the neck Joanne? How strange that. Or is it barking mad Charlotte? I don't know. Which one is it? You have to tell me. Which one is it, do you think?
Lisa.
You think it's Lisa?
I think it's Lisa.
You think it's Lisa? Oh, I don't know. Oh, Joanne, she's... Well, I mean, the thing is with Joanne is the back... She'd see most of the back of his head because he's on that bike all night, so, no, going like this. So she has to kiss him on the back of the neck because that's the only bit she sees of him, so...
No.
Oh, there's an argument going on here. I love
Lisa,
this.
I think...
Josie, no, he's not a boa type, is he? Feathers
I don't
and all
think
that?
so,
No, he's
no.
You'll
not.
be
He's
surprised he wears feather boas. Look surprised when I say it, please. So who is it? You've got me confused. Now I know. Who is it?
Oh, go on
Yeah,
then.
I think
I'm always
it's
right.
Lisa.
You tell me then.
You think it's Lisa?
Yeah.
And who do you think it is then?
Well, I thought it was Joanne, but... I think it's Joanne.
You think it's Joanne and you think it's Lisa. Well, it's got to be one of the two. So is it going to be Sam's choice or your choice, Sally?
You choose. Go on.
Lisa.
Yeah.
Lisa.
Sam's going to go.
Sam's choice.
Yeah, go on, Lisa.
Oh, if you're wrong,
Yeah.
you won't be spoken to for weeks. I can see that
I'll
coming.
forgive him.
Here's when we find out whether you're going to stay for the semi-final or David and one of the other ladies is coming back to play for that big prize. I wonder, out of you four lovely girls, one of you is his other half. Please tell me, sweethearts. Oh. Who are you? Well, they look great together, don't they? Look great together. And thank you to our wonderful decoys. We will see you two in the semi-final. Oh, and it was so... because she knew.
Yeah.
Sam, you had to have your way, didn't you? You had to have your way.
As he always does.
As he always does. Well, never mind. Listen, you have been the most fabulous contestants tonight. You have. Have you enjoyed yourself?
Yes,
really great.
Yeah,
Well, how about I send you home with a case of champagne?
Lovely, thank you very much.
Thank you. Sam and
Yes.
Sally. Wonderful. David and Joanne will be back a bit later on to play in the semi-final. But please welcome our next contestants, Penny and Kevin Howley. Whoa. Give me a kiss, gorgeous. Oh, both. It's nice to see you both. And congratulations, you've been married, what, 18 months, something like that?
Just about.
Just about. Now, you see, this is it. When you spotted him, you just knew that he was the guy for you. What was your first thought when you saw him?
It was his eyes. He was like, whoa.
Oh, really?
It was a bit.
Was it really? And you don't let Penny do anything with your clothes, do you? What is all this about? You don't know how to iron or touch your clothes?
I can't iron. I can't cook.
So you just... Is this true, though, Kevin? You won't let her do anything with your clothes?
It is. I hate double creases in my shirts and things, so I did it all myself.
Oh, really? You get off light, don't you? You get off really light. What I like is the first date story. Because what did you do on your first date?
We went for a walk.
Wasn't just a walk, though, was it?
No, I gave her my jacket and just messing around with the kids. I sort of, right, middle of January, fine. Ran off and jumped into the river, fully clothed.
No,
But there was 3 miles to walk home.
Oh.
It was a bit wet and cold.
Well, maybe it gets even more eventful tonight. Maybe you're going home tonight with the most fabulous prize. I wish you luck.
Thank you.
Your chaise long awaits Kevin and Penny. Now let's meet their opponent. She's a gorgeous woman who's determined to keep her partner to herself, well, at least until the end of this round. So please give a very warm welcome to the beautiful Maxine Birchie. You are beautiful. Oh, aren't you the one? Look at you. You look absolutely stunning, a real beauty. Without giving too much away about the other half, really, what's his worst habit, would you think?
Oh, probably falling asleep at the dinner table.
Oh,
Always
really?
fall asleep, yes.
Maybe that's his polite way of telling you he doesn't like your cooking. Maybe
yes.
maybe that would be right. And the wedding, you see, I thought they were unusual. You take some beating. Your wedding reception was where?
Was at the top of a mountain in Switzerland.
Oh, because you're keen skiers, aren't you?
Yes, we are.
So all the guests went on the piste as well?
Something like that.
Oh, I have to say to you, Maxine, your chair awaits.
Thank you.
Maxine. On with the game. Waiting in the wings are tonight's incredible hulks, 4 prime specimens of British beefcake. They're raring to go, but happily we persuaded them to stay. So, let's hear it for the boys.
Hello, my name's Dom and I met Maxine at university when we were studying classical civilization. Since then, the rest has been history.
Hi, I'm Yannick. I met Maxine at the beer festival. Lots of beer, lots of chat, and fortunately for Maxine, it wasn't the beer I went back for.
Hello, my name's Brian. Me and Maxine met because we shared the same driving instructor. We both failed on the same day, so we went for a drink to cheer ourselves up. That's when she gave me the green light.
Hello, I'm John, and I met Maxine at a taxi rank. We were both going in the same direction, so we shared the cab, and I haven't been available for hire ever since.
Well, hello, boys.
Hello, Dale.
What a lot we got here tonight. Now, they all claim to be on her menu, but which one is her dish of the day? And remember, at all times, the real other half must tell the truth, because Maxine's fella won't lie tonight, but the other three will be trying to fool you. I wonder who you might think it is so far. Don't even think about it. Loads more clues. We've got another one of those home videos, and as you watch it, try to decide which of those four shares this home with lovely Maxine. Maxine and her other half work from home. And what a home it is. It's the old mansion house. Although, to be fair, I'd call it a castle, which they now run as a hotel. Let's take a look inside. Perhaps you should go first. I've heard all about the ghost. Very baronial. Very Braveheart. Very Mel Gibson. And this is the haunted bedroom where things go bang in the night. And sometimes the ghost makes a noise as well. So that's the kind of sumptuous splendour that you would enjoy if you were staying here as a guest. But do our couple live in such grand style? I wonder. Let's have a look round their own private quarters. It's only down the road. When they moved in, all that was there was an old sink. Now look at it. And the bedroom, picture perfect. Love those Tiffany lamps. So what makes Maxine's other half tick? What is he absolutely passionate about? And what makes him laugh? Well, Billy Connolly, actually. He's got every tape the man's ever made. And he's passionate about sports cars and racing cars. He loves Formula One. And for his quiet moments, there's nothing he likes better than a good game of chess. So do I. Checkmate. Now, when you add what I've just told you to what you already know, he's a hotelier and he's good at DIY, you shouldn't have any trouble finding the fella. Oh, what was all that nonsense earlier about a ghost? But I've not sight nor sound of a spirit. Like I'm going to fall for that old special effects trick.
O ye of little faith.
Oh, Maxine. You didn't tell me Anthea Turner was a regular guest. You didn't tell me that. What a beautiful home, though, isn't it? Absolutely stunning. Now, you see, one of those lucky fellas shares that with Maxine. It's up to you to find out which one's which. Now then, you've got 3 questions. Who's going to be first and what's it going to be?
Janet, question 1. In Formula One racing, who's the current world champion?
Would I be right in saying Jacques Villeneuve?
You have 2 more questions. Who's it going to be to and what's it going to be?
OK, to John, how many stars does the hotel have?
At the moment, it's 3 stars, and hopefully it's soon going to be 4.
What does that tell you? What do you think?
Well, we think that it's roughly between a 3- and a 4-star hotel.
So that would have been right, wouldn't it, then?
Sounds pretty correct.
Well, you see, at the moment, they both got it right, haven't they? So you've got 1 more question. Make it a good one. And who's it going to be to?
OK, Brian, last question. In chess, being a keen chess player, what is an passant?
To be honest, I don't know. It's a hobby that I've, you know, come to learn and love over a long time. But to be honest, my technical knowledge isn't... I mean, I know how to play the game, but I don't know technical names, I'm afraid.
That sounds plausible, but then again, no. I mean, you left out Dom at the end. Was it the blue jumper that put you off, or was it... Why did you... I mean, obviously, you only had 3 questions, but what made... Was it because you think he is, or definitely couldn't be?
I don't think he is, because I think it's somewhere in Scotland, and I think he would have to have a Scottish accent.
Do you really? You really think so? Well, he might have travelled. I don't know. Maxine, now this is going to help you. What would you say was your partner's worst nightmare? What would it be?
Well, Dale, I think it would have to be rock bands coming to stay at the hotel, because we like to keep our televisions inside the bedrooms.
So no rock stars trashing the place?
No, definitely
Oh, I know what you mean. I've shared a dressing room with Barbara Cartland. Royal jelly and honey all over the work surfaces. I can't tell you. Dom, 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 Dom. That's a song in itself, isn't it, Dom? What would you say was her worst nightmare?
Well, she's terrified of the world ending and her being the last person left, probably because she'll have no one to phone.
Oh, well, I'm with her, you see. It's good to talk. It's good to talk. Yannick.
I think Maxine's worst nightmare would be lipstick going out of fashion and a shortage of Wonder Bras.
Oh, really? Looks fine to me. O'Brien.
Maxine is terrified of talking in her sleep and telling me all of her deep, dark secrets.
Oh, do you think she has many?
Could have.
Could have secret.
Yeah.
If there's a secret to be got out, I'll get it out, believe you me. Hello, John.
Ideal.
Hang on, look at all this. You've got enough around your neck to pay off the entire Italian national debt. Look at this. Look at this. My finger's just gone green. Don't touch, it's real. Oh, go on, then. John, what would you say was her worst nightmare?
Dale, truthfully, she has this recurring nightmare of being seen naked on TV in front of millions of people.
Is that her worst nightmare?
Yeah.
Really? Oh, well, I mean, if he is your other half, you would know. All four of them had a story to tell about you. There's only one thing left. This is where we get physical. More kissing. Our canoodling Casanova's here, and I should warn you that a couple of them could snog for England. And they could. They're going to kiss Maxine, and from their body language, you have to decide which one is Mr. Right. Fellas, off you go. The eyes closed. Can you see the eyes closed? Oh, I hope it's not him. Tell me, Maxine, did you enjoy that?
Oh, yes, definitely.
You enjoyed every... She did enjoy every moment.
Have a go.
You want to have a go?
Have a go.
Oh, it can be arranged. We'll start with me. That's all right. Oh, I'll do anything once. I'm not kissing you. No, stay where you are. Wait till this goes out. You will be rib-rotten down the pub. You will be rib-rotten down the pub. Right, you've seen the kissing. You've heard the tales, you've seen the video. It's make your mind up time, because here's where we find out whether you're going to go through to the semi-final or Maxine and one of the other fellas. First, you need to tell me which one of those fellas is her other half. Is it John? Could it be Brian? On the other hand, there's Yannick and there's Dom. Which one is it? Tell me. Who's her fella?
We've got a huge dispute.
Hang on, they've got a dispute going on here. What, a dispute? Who?
Yeah.
Well, I think it's Yannick.
You think it's Yannick, Kevin?
He looks the hotelier type.
You've eliminated Brian and Dom already. Can you tell me why you don't think it's them?
Dom, I haven't thought from the moment he walked on.
Right.
Brian.
Walk isn't exactly the way I describe it. Carry on, yes.
Too young. I think he's too young.
Brian's too young?
Yeah, I think he's too young.
No.
Excuse me?
Listen,
Well,
I wear the trousers in our house, and I'll
You also... Yes, however, from what I gather, you also press them and clean them and do everything else. So you've got nothing to lose if you get it wrong, because you do all the work. I'm sorry,
Right, okay.
I need a decision.
I'll take the flak. It's Yannick.
Fair enough, fair enough. Well, I love it when it's like this. You're going home with one of those fellas. Oh, how I wish it was me. But instead, it is one of those other four. Please, fellas, tell me, who are you? Well, aren't you glad you let him have his say? Aren't you glad? Aren't you glad? You will have to press some trousers now. You have been wonderful. You've actually been wonderful. And what a great... Don't they look a great couple? Don't they look fabulous together? And thank you to our decoys. You're fabulous too. Nobody goes home without anything, I have to say. Not that your wine cellar isn't well stacked, but how about I send you home with a fabulous case of champagne? A really fabulous one. Okay, good. You, on the other hand, have everything to play for, because in just a few moments, they'll be joining Joanne and David for a place, hopefully, in the final. Well, Oh, it gets very tense here. Here's where we find out who's going to go through to the final. I wish you both lots of luck. Fellas, take your place at the podiums. We're going to play best of 3. Here's how it works. I'm going to give you clues to the identity of famous couples. I wish you luck. Everything to play for. Here we go. I'm looking for a fictional couple who first appeared on BBC TV in 1975. They ran a hotel in Torquay, sometimes known as David Buzzed. What's the answer?
Basil and Sybil.
Faulty is right, Basil and Sybil. That's right, I'll do something. Right. Still playing best of 3. I'm looking now for a fictional couple that live on a desert island. They met after one of them was shipwrecked. And one of them is named after a day of the week. They both went for it, David, which means you have to answer. I need an answer.
Man Friday. Girl Friday.
No, it's not the right answer. Man Friday and Girl Friday. One of them is named after a day in the week. Do you know the couple?
Robinson Crusoe and Man Friday.
Is the right answer. OK, it all rides on this. Best of 3. I'm looking for another fictional couple. They were created by Robert Louis Stevenson. One is nice and the other is a monster. But they are actually the same person. Ah, gotta give me an answer, Penny.
Jekyll and Hyde.
Is the right answer. That was so close. That was so... You can't believe that. No, don't apologise. It's brilliant. Oh, well, it means we have to say goodnight, I'm afraid. You've been wonderful, wonderful players. Thanks for joining us on the programme. But you know what? I think you've been so good. I think you deserve, after the tense moment we just endured, I think a weekend away, and because the look he gave you when you got it wrong, I think you need to patch it up over a romantic weekend, which I suggest would be perhaps Barcelona? You're on to Barcelona. Fantastic. Which means Kevin and Penny, I can't wait to find out where you're going to be going. Well, I can now tell you the star prize you're playing for tonight, on the other half, is a fabulous holiday for 2. It's a safari in Kenya. Just think, within minutes, you could know that you're on your way to the wildebeest and the hippos and oh, it'll be wonderful. Now, I can't help you, but this fella can. Don, who you met earlier, who you really didn't think much of his other half earlier, well, because you were right to do so, but he does have another half. It is one of those 3 lovely ladies there, but which one is it? Is it Lisa, Josie or Charlotte? Now then, Don, tell me a bit about yourself. What do you do?
I'm a chef in a family restaurant in Leigh-on-Sea. My other half I met about 13, 14 months ago. We just started living together. Took her out to Glastonbury, where I was working last year. She's bright, bubbly, intelligent, funny, and she lights up the room when she walks in.
Ah, she lights up the room when she walks in. It could be any of those 3 girls, because they're all gorgeous, aren't they? You have to find the right girl. Lisa, if you are his other half, what's life like with him?
Dom and I live by the sea. We love animals, and we like to take our Labrador puppy for walks on the cliff. Dom's really artistic, and sometimes he paints me, but nobody gets to see those.
Ah, that must be real love if you let him paint you in that special way. Do you tell him you love him often?
Dom, I love you because you always tell me how much you love me.
Oh, it's so sickening, isn't it? On the other hand, very convincing. But then again, you've yet to hear from Josie, who will also, I'm sure, about to tell us of her undying love and her affection and what life's like with Dom.
Well, I met Dom outside a pub one hot sunny day, and we found out that we had loads in common, including the same friends. And our perfect night out is going down to our local, talking to our mates, and then getting a curry and going home watching telly in bed.
Oh, that's lovely. And when was the last time you told him you loved him?
Oh, today.
Today? Well, I think I'd like to hear you say it again. Go on, look into his eyes and tell him.
Dom, I love you because you always put me first.
see, just as convincing as Lisa. Oh, I don't envy you. It's a dilemma. I don't. Oh, I'd forgotten about Charlotte.
Oh, don't forget about me.
I'd forgotten about Charlotte. How could I forget unforgettable Charlotte?
What can I say?
Well, plenty already.
Plenty.
Quite honestly. Charlotte, your life with lovely Dom, what do you reckon?
Right, well, I've lived with Dom for only 3 months, and we're just getting used to each other's habits. For instance, right, he gets really sulky if I don't tidy up after myself. And he's a patriotic Scotsman. And his favourite record is Three Lions, because he was dead chuffed when England lost the World Cup.
Ah, oh, was he? Oh, I'm going off you very quickly. And do you really love him? If you do, please tell him.
I do. Dom, I love you because you let me into your flat and into your heart.
Well, you've got 3 bets. Your main bet, of course, is that lovely safari in Kenya. Your second bet is £1,000 in cash. And your third bet is a trip round the M25. I want you to tell me now where you would like me to place the holiday in Kenya, because that is where I'll place it with the girl you think is most likely to be his other half. Who's it going to be?
Josie.
Josie.
We'll go for Josie.
OK, we'll place the holiday in Kenya with Josie. Right, OK. Who do you think is least likely to be his other half?
Charlotte, because...
Charlotte, definitely Charlotte.
She said he was a patriotic Scot. Sounds English to me.
Yeah. You with Charlotte with the M25?
Yeah.
All right, well, there's the
Nice one.
M25. Quite honestly, where Charlotte's concerned, she doesn't need anybody else. She's company for herself, isn't she? Quite honestly. And that means, of course, by default, Lisa is £1,000 if she is. Well, you've made your choices. Let's find out where you're going to go. I can't stand it any longer. For £1,000, please tell me, Lisa, are you the right girl?
He's gorgeous, but he's not my boyfriend.
Which means you're either going around the M25 or you're going on safari to Kenya. Charlotte doesn't seem so mad now, does she? It's all very worrying, isn't it? It's all very tense and worrying. Let me put you out of your misery. Let's find out. I have to know. Are you going on holiday to Kenya? Are you going on safari? Josie, please, I hope you're going to tell me that you're the right girl.
I would love Dom to be my boyfriend, and he is.
Thank you to our wonderful decoys. Thank you to Dom. Thanks to Josie. And thanks to you two. You're off to Kenya on safari. I needn't say you've had a great night, haven't you?
We've had a lovely time.
All I love. Well, congratulations. Well, that's it for us for the time being. We've had the most fabulous time on this series. Well, I say fabulous. There have been moments which have been slightly less than fabulous. The bits you don't normally see. Do you want to see them? Yeah. Oh, go on then. Have a good night. Good night now. It's lovely to see you both. How long have you been married?
We're not.
I thought you were married. It's all right, you're sleeping together, though. Maria. Oh, got the wrong names. This fictional couple's story was created by J.M. Barrie. Captain Hook was the enemy, and Andy.
Peter Pan. And...
Andy is going mad. Pardon?
Andy.
Do you know, that really would have been a fairy story, wouldn't it? What was all that nonsense earlier about a ghost? I had not sight nor sound of one. What was all that nonsense earlier about a ghost? I had not sight nor sound of a spirit.